Kill me, I'm here! Kill me!
Hey everybody, this is Matthew Movies coming at you with my review of the 2012 horror comedy hybrid, The Cabin in the Woods. Written and produced by Joss Whedon, this movie to me feels like the heir apparent to the throne that Scream once held, where it's the one movie in the horror genre that's very self-aware and plays upon a lot of the tropes of the genre, but does it in a loving way and isn't like, it's not a spoof, but it knows the genre that it's in and plays upon them. And that is the entire concept of this movie. I'm not going to go into too great of detail about what this movie's about because I think one of the best parts of this movie, if you haven't seen it, is discovering what it is. But essentially, it revolves around a group of kids that go to a cabin and they start having the world basically puts them in a kind of horror movie situation, and it just kind of goes from there. And but it's a very, like I said, it's a very self-aware film that will definitely knows the genre that it's in and has characters that are very much aware of those types of things. So it works really effectively to kind of elicit laughs from you when moments are played up in the way that a typical horror movie does, but also has interesting scares. And there's a scene that takes place late in this movie with a large group of monsters all coming together that is just so freaking rad. I mean, the effects, the one critique I will say is later in this movie the effects on some of the creatures are kind of poor, but it works because a lot of them are only kind of seen in like a flash on screen. They're not really focused upon heavily. It's more of like the cumulative effect of so many monsters that looking at, like, coming at you, and so many that you like references to other horror films, like monsters that seem to be plays on creatures that you see in other horror films, is awesome for a horror fan like myself to see. And then the ending of this movie is actually really surprisingly thought-provoking. It's just a very well thought out movie that impresses me on pretty much every level. It doesn't really have very much in the way of actual stars. There's some character actors like Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins that are in it that are great. And then the only really recognizable name these days is Chris Hemsworth, who of course plays Thor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then to a lesser extent, Kristen Connolly, who was in House of Cards and several other shows, but she's not really much of a star either. So this movie is really more of a concept film. It's not really thrust on like the power of celebrity by any stretch of the imagination. But really, the name that you need to know if you want to check this movie out is Joss Whedon, because this definitely like just screams his sensibilities 100%. And if you're a Joss Whedon fan and you haven't seen this, you definitely need to, especially if you're also a horror fan. But if you're a horror fan and you don't give a crap about Joss Whedon, but you like self-aware movies, like kind of like I said before, kind of like Scream, definitely check it out too. This is a movie that should not be missed by horror fans, but of any genre, because it is so great. So those are my thoughts on The Cabin in the Woods. If you've seen the movie, let me know in the comments below. Please do not provide spoilers. I do not want people to have this experience ruined for them, because I just, like I said before, it is one of the major positives of this movie is finding out what is actually going on, and it's revealed pretty early on, but I still don't want to say it. Okay, and please hit that like button. It does awesome things for my channel. It makes it much more likely that people will check out my videos that wouldn't otherwise. And please, if you're new to me, hit subscribe. I love talking to you guys about movies, and if you are subscribed, you're going to be made aware, hopefully, when one of my videos come out. And if you don't think that's going to be effective enough, hit that notification bell so you actually get notified when a new video of mine gets uploaded. Other than that, have yourself a great day.